He gestured that he wanted to offer a defense before the assembly, but when they realized he was a Jew, they all shouted in unison, "Great is Artemis of the Ephesians." This continued for about 2 hours. City manager brought order to the crowd and said, "People of Ephesus, doesn't everyone know that the city of Ephesus is guardian of the temple of the great Artemis and of her image which fell from heaven? Therefore, since these facts are undeniable, you must calm down. Don't be reckless. The men you brought here have neither robbed the temple nor slandered our goddess. Therefore, if Demetrius and the craftspeople with him have a charge against anyone, the courts are in session and governors are available. They can press charges against each other there. Additional disputes can be resolved in a legal assembly. As for us, we're in danger of being charged with rioting today, since we can't justify this unruly gathering." After he said this, he dismissed the assembly. When the riot was over, Paul sent for the disciples, encouraged them, said goodbye, and left for the province of Macedonia. He traveled through that region with a message of encouragement. When he came to Greece, he stayed for 3 months. Because the Jews hatched a plot against Saul as he was about to sail for Syria, he decided instead to return through Macedonia. He was accompanied by Sopater, Pyrrhus' son from Berea, Aristarchus and Secundus from Thessalonica, Gaius from Derbe, Tychicus and Trophimus from the province of Asia. They went on ahead and waited for us in Troas. We sailed from Philippi after the festival of unleavened bread and met them 5 days later in Troas, where we stayed for a week. On the first day of the week, as we gathered together for a meal, Paul was holding a discussion with them. Since he was leaving the next day, he continued talking until midnight. There were many lamps in the upstairs room where we had gathered. A young man named Eutychus was sitting in the window. He was sinking into a deep sleep as Paul talked on and on. When he was sound asleep, he fell from the 3rd floor and died. Paul went down, fell on him, and embraced him, then said, "Don't be alarmed, he's alive." Then Paul went back upstairs and ate. He talked for a long time, right up until daybreak, then he left. They took the young man away alive, and they were greatly comforted. We went on to the ship and sailed for Assos. We were intended to take Paul on board. Paul had arranged this since he intended to make his way there by land. When he met us at Assos, we took him on board and went on to Mytilene. The next day, we sailed from there and arrived opposite Chios.